Konbanwa, minasan, genki desu ka, kyo wa dou deshita ka, kyo wa watashi wa kuristalu gemu desu. Hi, anyways, everyone. Today I wanted to kind of give a sort of review on a podcast I listened to called Alice Isn't Dead. Well, Alice Isn't Dead. Basically, it's like a fictional horror podcast that deals with road trips in America, or like let's say the American highway. And I finished listening to it like sometime around last year, December, and a new season came out this year. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop looking at you. And a new season came out sometime this year. I think it was around April. So, and then I was like, oh, why not give a review on what I could remember from the last time I listened to it, and then what I think about this one so far. So, Alice Isn't Dead. Let's talk about that. So, Alice Isn't Dead. It's a fictional horror podcast. It's kind of like an eldritch horror. I wouldn't call it eldritch horror because of some of the things that the show did at the end of season 1 that I thought maybe made it kind of deviate from the eldritch horror path. But yeah, basically it's like that. So it follows this trucker called Keisha that's trying to look for her wife Alice, whom she thought was dead, and she does that by like driving through the road in America, like the highway, and as she's driving, she kind of pieces things together in a way, and she encounters like a whole another world called The Other America, which the series talks about in the second season that came out April this year, and that's like still coming out. So the Other America, so you know how like there's the normal America where you have like, you know, the America that you know if you're from America or you've ever been to America. So basically, or just think about the normal world that you know, like wherever you live. But then think of like another one, like a different version of your world where you're still there, but like some things are different. Like the buildings look different at night, or maybe like as you are driving through the roads, like certain restaurants repeat, or like highways that are kind of haunted, or like entities that are chasing you down. It's kind of a separate world from our world, from how I understand it, but I understand it kind of bleeds into our world as well. So yeah, the show didn't really talk about that in the first season. It only spoke about that in the second season. So, and it kind of made sense, like it's told me a lot about what happened in the previous season. Like it made me understand a lot of things. So anyways, let me give a brief summary of the story, and then I'll tell you what I thought was great about it and what I thought wasn't so great about it. So like I said, we have Keisha looking for her wife Alice. Keisha is like a trucker that works for this company, and as she's driving, she encounters this monster called Thistle Men. They are not just men, they are men and women. And then you have the Thistle Woman. That's kind of the origin of the Thistle Men, where she corrupts people with her ideas, and then it kind of makes them or causes them to deform, and then it causes them to become evil. I like to assume that there was already sort of a sickness in their heart, and then all she did was kind of feed into that sickness, and then she made an army. Listening to okay, let me finish my summary before I say what I wanted to say. So yeah, so as Keisha travels, she encounters these Thistle Men, whom kind of like stand as a barrier to her looking for Alice, and then she encounters other people as well, that have also had something taken away from these Thistle people, and then she encounters these oracles, which are kind of teenagers in hoodies. That's how I imagine them. That are like the opposite of thistle people. So oracles are also people that like got turned into this good force. I guess maybe it was like the universe's natural way of counteracting the thistle people. So yeah, and then basically in the show there's this kind of battle against good and evil, and then you have the side stories from a lot of the characters, and yeah, from the characters. And then you also have the main storyline of Alice finding Keisha, and then them going along and then beating the thistle people and like killing the thistle woman. Yeah, I don't think I'd really be able to explain the show well enough. I think you should listen. I definitely think you should listen, because it's one of like the best fictional podcasts that I have listened to. Like, I could go on and on and on about it. Okay, so some things that I really liked from the show. So I really liked the Thistle Woman, which was like the main antagonist, at least for half of the show. Or maybe you could say she was kind of like the main antagonist in the background, because basically, like, since she created the Thistle people, she was the one that made them be, and basically she was kind of responsible for the whole thing that was happening. And I guess there were also people that weren't Thistle people, but like they were also kind of like corrupted by the thistle. Okay, let me not say corrupted, but their ideologies are more in line with the thistle woman's ideologies. And I think there's like a whole plot about them trying to take over the world or something. Yeah, so I really really love that. I love the voice acting from her. I love the voice actress. Oh my god, any episode where the thistle woman came up, like I just be locked in. Like, she doesn't even have a name. Yeah, so like I said, I love listening to her. And there was this one episode where she was comparing herself to like a coyote in the night, and then I found that like to be a very beautiful episode. And that episode was literally like showing the parallels between her and Alice. Yeah, one thing that the show did that I didn't like was they kind of off-screened her too early and too easily. So as I was saying, I felt like they took her off of screen too early, because to me actually she was like the only compelling antagonist, because like we didn't have any other opposing force except for like, oh, there are thistle people and we have to get rid of them because like they are evil and the world or whatever. So yeah, and then one thing I really liked, I feel like it's a brilliant audio drama, because it's like an adaptation from a book. But then, like, the audio drama, the voice, the music, and then the sound effects just made everything sound so brilliant. It was mwah, chef's kiss. What else did I like? What else? Oh yeah, I like the idea behind it. Like, it's kind of like I've said before, eldritch horror, where there's like this other world that like is our world, but then we don't know about. Especially how the show explores it. Like, the second season kind of explores it a bit more, but then so far it's not really better than the first season per se, but then it's just like 6 7 episodes out. Yeah, then what else? Okay, the things that I think were kind of weird or like I didn't really like about it, I think I only have one major complaint, or maybe like two or three. Yeah, so my first major complaint was when Alice met the first thistle man. Now, when Alice met the first thistle man, he literally took a chunk out of someone, um like in a diner where everybody saw in public. And then we didn't really get the reaction from the other people. We only got Alice's reaction. Like, okay, I wish we had gotten like more out of that. Even if we weren't, she wouldn't have spoken about the reactions of like other people, because she was traumatized from seeing that. Maybe like, since it's an audio drama and then there was so much sound effects, we could have heard like oh, maybe it's a sound of people running out, or like maybe people shouting or things like that. Or maybe should have just said at this point the screaming exploded or something. Yeah, and then One thing that I didn't really enjoy was towards the ending, where it shifted into more of a unity thing. Like it shifted away from the eldritch or horror aspect, which was like one of the main reasons I was listening to, and then it was like talking about unity, and then I was like, personally, I wasn't really interested in that. And also I felt like the ending was not really so interesting, but then the ending episode was perfect. It was chef's kiss. Like the ending, I didn't really expect it. I didn't really like it. But then that last episode, even the last episode, I wasn't really feeling it until the second half. Oh my god, you guys just have to listen. I don't want to give too much of a spoiler because I want you guys to actually watch it for yourself. Maybe I'll give a spoiler, yeah, a review with spoiler when season 2 comes out completely. Then I'll start re-listening from season 1, and then listen to season 1, season 2, and then give what do you call it, review immediately after. But yes, these are my thoughts so far, and I hope I have been able to, I don't know, make you guys interested in Alice Isn't Dead. And if you've listened, tell me what you think, and tell me what you think about my review. I'm sorry, my memory isn't that fresh. Okay, yeah. And okay, I just realized I haven't really spoken about the second season. So the second season so far, I'm not going to say much on it because like episodes are coming out. The only thing I really like about it is that it's exploring the concept of the new America more, but then I like the first season more than the second. Anyways, that's all for today. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think on my podcast episodes, and what podcast you guys think I should cover next. Okay, yeah. Well, the next one will be up to me because it'll have to be something that I have listened to. But then if you have any recommendations, feel free to drop them in the comment section. And yeah, see you guys next time. Jane.